Hello, beautiful people. So my name is Mila, and I'm an evolutionary astrologer. So what is evolutionary astrology and how it differs from the normal astrology, traditional Western astrology? Actually, there is many types of different astrology. You know, Babylonian, sidereal. There are different types of astrology that use different approach and what they are dealing with. So when I started studying astrology, I started studying the Western traditional astrology using the Western zodiac, which is dealing more with predictions and everyday life. So people go usually to astrologers when they need help in regards to relationship, career, money, health, and things like this. And this has been really interesting for me because a lot of the knowledge that I accumulated resonated with me. But it didn't really give me the core answer as of why. And then I came across my teacher, current evolutionary astrology teacher, Simon Worster. I found his YouTube channel called Raising Vibrations, and this completely changed my outlook on astrology, and I felt a strong connection to this type of astrology called evolutionary astrology. Because it goes deeper. So evolutionary astrology is a very new branch of astrology. It's been around only since 1970s. It's been kind of downloaded by Jeffrey Wolf Green. He had a dream where he downloaded the entire thing. And my belief is that this is a type of astrology which has been given to us as a human consciousness to help us through this transitionary period of time we are heading towards this entrance into the age of Aquarius and the transit of Pluto through the sign of Aquarius that probably everybody heard about, and most people are astrologers. Everybody is talking about this 20 years of transit of Pluto in the sign of Aquarius, which is going to completely transform human collective and human consciousness. So evolutionary astrology is the astrology of the soul. So what evolutionary astrology does, it's it goes around the planet Pluto, because Pluto represents the soul desires for the incarnation. So naturally, if only people who believe in reincarnations and past life resonate with evolutionary astrology, because evolutionary astrology describes our soul as something that is constantly evolving and developing, and each lifetime is just another layer, just another chapter. Like when you read in a book and you have a different chapters of the same book, that's our soul's path. So it's like this book that has many, many chapters, but the difference is that this path never ends. So evolutionary astrology helps us to understand where the soul is coming from, so what past life we've gone through, or what is the energy and the state of consciousness of the soul, and why are we here? So why are we here in this body, in this incarnation, and what is the purpose? Like what the soul wants to achieve, what is it striving to become, how it wants to grow, because many times we're going through experiences in our life, attracting people and circumstances that don't make any sense. We go like, why me? Why is this happening to me? And this was kind of my case, which is why the traditional astrology didn't fully give me the answers I was seeking, because I was like, well, it's all good for me to know that, okay, I'm Taurus, so I'm like this and this, and then with astrology you find what you are, how you are supposed to be, or how, what is your character in regards of your moon placement, so where the moon was when you were born, and where all the other planets were, and how they communicate with each other, which we call aspects, the distance between the planet on this map, which is called your astrology chart. But that wasn't good enough for me to know that, okay, well, I am this way, but why? Why was I born like this? Why am I here? What am I trying to achieve being like this and having these characteristics and being born into this country and this family and this culture and attracting these people into my life, these relationships and things like this? And this is pretty much what evolutionary astrology does. This is exactly the types of question evolutionary astrology is seeking to answer, because it's about the soul's path through each incarnation. And most people naturally will be interested in the current incarnation and their current life circumstances and what brought them here, and why the experiences they had to have. And for me personally, evolutionary astrology was extremely validating, because I was born in Eastern Europe to a family that was very traditional, very religious, and none of this connected with me. None of this resonated with me, and it didn't make sense. Why was I born here? If I feel like an alien in this place, and nobody understands me, like I speak a different language, and at the time I didn't even speak English. I just spoke my mother tongue, but it was the same thing. So thanks to evolutionary astrology and my understanding of my chart through evolutionary astrology perspective, it really helped me to connect to myself. It gave me a deeper understanding of my path, of my purpose, and it helped me to reconnect with my essence, with my soul. It helped me to really understand that why everything that I've gone through, including my place of birth and the family I was born into, why it makes sense, why it had to happen this way, and what I'm working in this life to achieve, where am I heading, and why I had to attract the people, and I keep attracting the people that I'm attracting into my life. So in a sense, evolutionary astrology helps us to shift from the role of a victim, that things happen to me, to a role of self-empowerment, that things really do happen for us. The thing happened for me, not to me. They happened for me to support me on this path that I had chosen prior to my incarnation into this life. And that's why I find evolutionary astrology so extremely transformative, because all the people I came across and I had the privilege to read their chart for, they find a huge amount of validation, and they even discovered things about themselves that they knew, obviously they knew deep within, because nobody knows you as you know yourself. But in many cases, people didn't want to admit to themselves, or the things wouldn't make sense to them, or the knowledge that they had within themselves, that it would get rejected by the environment, by the society, and they would feel alienated, which is why they didn't even want to dig there. But then having some complete stranger to validate these things for you about yourself, it's extremely helpful and healing, because then suddenly it kind of creates a shift within people's consciousness, within their mind, where they feel the freedom to be who they are and to live their life as they feel that they want to live, despite of what the environment is saying, and the culture, and how everybody else in their environment might be saying that this is not possible. But nothing is a coincidence, and nothing is an accident. So this is why I'm doing evolutionary astrology, because for me it's a tool of self-empowerment, towards self-empowerment. And every person that I've done a reading for, it created a certain shift within their psyche, which helped them to create changes in their life that brought them closer to having the life that they really want to live, that really gives them a sense of purpose and meaning. And I can't do it for anyone, because the answers are only within each and every single one of us. Nobody external of yourself knows the answers, because nobody knows you as well as you know yourself. All I can do is just to bring this to your consciousness, like make you more aware and help you to reconnect with your true essence, and that it also creates a more trust in yourself, and this ability to dig these long forgotten or rejected aspects of yourself, which then give you answers for everything that you need to know. So that's another difference between evolutionary astrology and the normal astrology, that evolutionary astrology doesn't do prediction, because at the end of the day, would the things that the astrologer tells you are going to happen, would they happen anyway, or do they happen because we focus on them and we believe in them and then we make them to happen? Because we are creators and we are very powerful manifestors. So usually what we focus on happens, and if we focus on things that we don't want, then they usually happen. We attract them into our lives. So evolutionary astrology doesn't do prediction. It just maps the path of your life, the journey. It helps you to understand where you are at, on your journey, and what you might be expecting with the energies because of the current, planetary moves in the sky, how they are impacting your personal chart, and what you might be expecting because of these energies that they offer. But they don't make anything happen. They don't come and suddenly do things to your life. They just offer energies, and you always have the choice how you want to use these energies. And obviously, or naturally, to be aware of these energies then gives us again a sense of empowerment, that okay, I understand this is happening, there is this energy, this transit happening right now, and this is how it might manifest in my life, and I have options how I want to act when this happens, or what do I want to do. And this is also where once we understand why things happen, it can help us heal the past and change the past, in a sense, how we're looking at it. So I say we cannot travel back into the past to change it, but by shifting our perception of reality, so suddenly learning something new and looking at what happened in the past through a different point of view, or with a newfound knowledge, it changes the past. And that again offers a great amount of self-empowerment for people. So this is what I do, and I'm really happy when I see how this resonates with people and how they feel really like reconnected to themselves, and gives them the sense that actually they are in control of their life. They have the power to change things themselves, and the way that they respond to life. So this is what I do, and this is what I want to offer to people, because to me, every time person has a problem, to go to the astrologer, so someone external of themselves, to give them the answer, again takes the power away from them. If I need to go to someone every time I have a question to answer the question for me, then I feel disempowered. But once the person helps to reconnect, like once people reconnect with themselves and they have a deeper understanding of themselves and their soul path and why they're here and what is the purpose and what is the meaning, then they don't need to go anywhere to ask questions. They seek the answers within themselves, because that's where the answers have been all along. It's like people say with the seeds, right? Like the seed of every plant knows exactly what the plant is going to grow to be. And that's like us. Within each and every single one of us, in our DNA structure, and also our crystalline DNA, which is the spiritual DNA, we already know what we're going to become. And the evolutionary astrology, and any astrology, or the astrological chart, which is the map, the blueprint of your life, it just helps you to understand it, like gives you a better connection to yourself. But all the answers are already within you. So all I do is just to help you to reconnect with yourself. So yes, if you have any more questions, or would you like me to expand deeper, I'm happy to do that. But in a nutshell, this is why I do evolutionary astrology, and this is what evolutionary astrology provides for people.